The real London nobody knows about. 10 shocking facts. Did you know that London's black cab drivers spend up to 4 years memorizing 25,000 streets? It physically changes their brain. Neuroscientists confirmed it. Part of their brain actually grows larger. Most people think they know London through the red buses and Big Ben, but trust me, you don't know the half of it. These are 10 facts that prove London is the most deceptively strange city on the planet. Fact number 10, the market that refused to die. Right next to London Bridge, in the shadow of the Shard, there is a food market that has been running for over 800 years. Burrow Market has operated in some form since at least the 13th century. People were buying and selling food on this patch of ground before the printing press existed, before Columbus set sail, before the English language sounded the way it does now. The Black Death swept through. The Great Fire burned the city down. 2 world wars shook the nation, and through all of it, this market kept trading. Century after century, disaster after disaster, Burrow Market just kept going. Today, it is famous for artisan food and weekend crowds, but the truly remarkable thing is not what they sell. It is that Londoners have been gathering on this spot to trade for nearly 1,000 years. While empires rose and fell around it, Burrow Market just kept selling lunch. But if Burrow Market holds centuries of London's daily life, the next fact holds centuries of the entire world's history, most of it locked away where nobody will ever see it. Thought this was strange? 9 is even stranger. Fact number 9, the museum that hides 99% of itself. The British Museum on Great Russell Street holds roughly 8 million objects. But at any given time, only about 1% is on display. That means around 7.9 million artifacts, entire civilizations worth of history, are sitting in storage, cataloged and preserved, but never seen by the public. You could visit every single day for years and never see 99% of what they own. Somewhere in climate-controlled vaults beneath central London, there are objects that haven't seen daylight in generations. The museum you walk through is one of the greatest in the world. The museum you'll never see is almost incomprehensibly larger. London's greatest treasures are hidden indoors. The city's biggest secret might be what you see when you look at it from above. Think that's hard to believe? Most people don't believe fact number 8. Fact number 8, the city that's secretly a forest. Ask anyone to picture London, and they'll describe concrete and gray skies. That image is spectacularly wrong. Roughly 47% of Greater London is classified as green space. Nearly half the city, parks, gardens, ancient woodlands, nature reserves. London has more green space than almost any other major European capital, more than Paris, more than Madrid, more than Berlin. Richmond Park contains wild deer herds that have roamed there since the 17th century. Hampstead Heath feels like genuine countryside. Epping Forest covers close to 6,000 acres. You can walk for hours and forget you're in a city at all. From the street, London feels like any other dense megacity. From the air, it looks like a forest, with buildings scattered through it. The city everyone pictures as gray is, by the numbers, almost half green. London's streets are lined with green, but the people who know those streets best have an ability that borders on superhuman. Surprised? Number 7 might top all of them. Fact number 7, the test that physically rewires your brain. Every black cab in London is driven by someone who passed one of the hardest tests in the world. Not hard like a university exam, hard like it takes 3 to 4 years of full-time study. It is called the knowledge. To get a black cab license, you memorize roughly 25,000 streets and 20,000 landmarks within a 6-mile radius of Charing Cross. Every connection, every shortcut, every one-way system, the entire map of central London held in your head, no GPS, no notes, In the exam, they give you a random start and a random destination, and you describe the route from memory, turn by turn. Most people attempt it a dozen times before they pass. But here is where it gets extraordinary. Neuroscientists at University College London scanned knowledge cabbies' brains and found that their posterior hippocampus, the region responsible for spatial memory, was physically larger than average. The longer they had been driving, the bigger it got. The training literally reshapes the structure of their brain. Every black cab ride in London is navigated by someone whose neurology has been rebuilt to understand these streets. That meter is not just paying for a ride, it is paying for a superpower. We are not even halfway yet. If the fact that London cab drivers literally grow bigger brains was not enough to earn a subscribe, I do not know what will. We are only halfway through, and the next 5 facts go somewhere much darker. Hidden rivers, secret wartime shelters, and a death toll that history got completely wrong. Hit subscribe so you do not miss what is coming. We have walked London's streets. Now let's go beneath them. Fact 6. The ghost rivers beneath your feet. Right now, beneath London's streets, there are over 20 rivers flowing. Real rivers, with names and currents and centuries of history. And you will never see them. The Fleet, the Tyburn, the Walbrook, the Effra, the Westbourne. These were once open waterways that shaped the city's layout. The Fleet was wide enough for boats. The Tyburn gave its name to London's most infamous execution site. The Walbrook ran through the heart of Roman Londinium. But as London grew, the rivers became problems. They flooded, they stank, they carried disease. So during the 19th century, they were bricked over and absorbed into the sewer system. Today, they are still flowing through tunnels, beneath roads, under pubs and offices. Stand on Fleet Street and you are standing directly above the river that gave it its name. The water is still there. London just buried it alive. We are only at 5, and it gets wilder from here. London buried its rivers, but it also built a monument that hides a secret in its exact measurements. Fact number 5, the column that measures its own disaster. Near London Bridge, there is a tall stone column called simply the Monument. Some tourists climb 311 steps to the viewing platform. Most take a photo and leave. Almost nobody notices the hidden detail in its design. The monument stands exactly 62 meters tall. That number is not arbitrary. It is supposedly the precise distance from the column's base to the bakery on Pudding Lane where the Great Fire started in 1666. If you could tip the monument over on its side, it would reach from where it stands to the exact spot where London began to burn. The entire column is a measuring stick for catastrophe, a stone ruler pointing at the place where the city went up in flames. The height is not symbolic, it is geographic, and almost nobody who walks past it knows. The monument remembers the fire that nearly destroyed London, but during another kind of war, the city's survival depended on going underground. Still with me? Good. Because these last 4 do not even sound real. Fact number 4, the underground shelters that saved a nation's treasures. During the Second World War, as German bombs rained down night after night during the Blitz, several deep tube stations were converted into air raid shelters. Families brought mattresses down the escalators. At the height of the bombing, over 170,000 people sheltered underground on a single night. But one station had an entirely different mission. Aldwych, now disused, was quietly repurposed to protect treasures from the British Museum, including the Elgin marbles. While bombs destroyed the streets above, ancient Greek sculptures sat in the darkness of a London railway tunnel. The British Museum hid its treasures underground, but one of London's most visible monuments has a history stretching back even further than London itself. 3 more to go, and each one is harder to believe. Fact number 3, the monument that's older than London. On the Victoria Embankment, flanked by 2 bronze sphinxes, there is an Egyptian obelisk called Cleopatra's Needle. Almost everything about that name is wrong. It has nothing to do with Cleopatra. It was originally erected in Heliopolis, Egypt, around 1450 BC, over 1,000 years before Cleopatra was even born. That makes it roughly 3,500 years old. When the Romans founded Londinium around 43 AD, this obelisk was already 1,500 years old. It predates London by well over a millennium. It survived the fall of pharaohs, the rise of Rome, and the entire medieval period before being transported to London in the 19th century, a journey that nearly ended in disaster when the ship hit a storm in the Bay of Biscay and 6 sailors died. Today, it stands on the embankment, largely ignored by commuters. The oldest man-made object in London, it was ancient before this city even existed. Cleopatra's Needle survived 3,500 years, but London itself barely survived what came next, and the official numbers do not add up. You are not ready for number 2. Fact number 2, the fire that destroyed a city and supposedly killed almost nobody. On the 2nd of September, 1666, a fire started in a bakery on Pudding Lane. 4 days later, medieval London was gone. Around 13,200 houses were destroyed. 87 churches, including the original St. Paul's Cathedral, lay in ruins. Over 400 acres were leveled. And according to official records, the death toll was 6. 6. Historians widely consider that a dramatic undercount. The fire burned hot enough to melt iron locks on the city gates. It would have cremated victims entirely, leaving no remains to identify. The poor, the homeless, the undocumented residents of London slums, people never counted in life, simply vanished from the record in death. We will probably never know the true number, but the idea that a firestorm which leveled most of a major European city killed fewer people than a bad car accident is one of history's most suspicious statistics. The Great Fire did not just destroy London. It may have erased its own victims from the record entirely. The Great Fire was devastating, but it was not the worst thing that ever happened to this city, not even close. And number 1, this one changes how you see London forever. Fact number 1, the dead beneath the city. This is the fact that changes the way you walk through London. In 1665, 1 year before the Great Fire, the Great Plague swept through the city. Within 18 months, roughly a quarter of London's population was dead. An estimated 100,000 people. Red crosses were painted on the doors of infected houses. Carts rolled through the streets at night, collecting the dead. The death toll was so overwhelming that individual burials became impossible. The city resorted to mass burial pits, vast trenches filled with thousands of bodies, covered in quicklime and sealed with earth. And here is the part most people never learn. Many of those pits were never moved. They were simply built over, paved, landscaped, forgotten. Today, some lie directly beneath modern parks, beneath buildings, beneath places where Londoners walk their dogs and eat their lunch. Charterhouse Square, a quiet green space near Barbican, sits on top of one of the largest plague pits in the city. When Crossrail engineers dug beneath Liverpool Street in the 2010s, they unearthed skeletons still carrying DNA traces of Yersinia pestis more than 350 years later. London does not just have history beneath its streets, it has its dead. Hundreds of thousands of plague victims are still there, woven into the ground the city stands on. The parks are beautiful, the buildings are modern, and underneath it all, London is built on a graveyard it has never fully acknowledged. That is the real London nobody knows about. If this video changed the way you think about London, hit that subscribe button. We cover the hidden side of extraordinary places every week. And drop a comment below.